Item 275. Cement treatment, road mixed. 1. Description. Mix and compact cement, water, and subgrade or base, with or without asphalt concrete pavement, in the roadway. 2. Materials. Furnish uncontaminated materials of uniform quality that meet the requirements of the plans and specifications. Notify the engineer of the proposed material sources and of changes to material sources. The engineer will verify that the specification requirements are met before the sources can be used. The engineer may sample and test project materials at any time before compaction. Use TxDOT for material definitions. 2.1 Cement. Furnish hydraulic cement that meets the requirements of DMS 4600, hydraulic cement, and the Department's Hydraulic Cement Quality Monitoring Program, HCQMP. Sources not on the HCQMP will require testing and approval before use. 2.2 Subgrade. The engineer will determine the sulfate content in accordance with TEX 145E and organic content in accordance with TEX 148E before cement treatment begins. Suspend operations when material to be treated has a sulfate content greater than 7,000 ppm or an organic content greater than 1% and proceed as directed. 2.3 Flexible base. Unless otherwise shown on the plans, furnish base material that meets the requirements of Item 247, flexible base, for the type and grade shown on the plans, before the addition of cement. 2.4 Water. Furnish water free of industrial waste and other objectionable material. 2.5 Asphalt. When permitted for curing purposes, furnish asphalt, or emulsion that meets the requirements of Item 300, asphalts, oils, and emulsions, as shown on the plans or directed. 2.6 Mix design. The engineer will determine the target cement content and optimum moisture content to produce a stabilized mixture that meets the strength requirements shown on the plans. The mix will be designed in accordance with TEX 120E or will be based on prior experience with the project materials. The contractor may propose a mix design developed in accordance with TEX 120E meet strength requirements when shown on the plans. The engineer will use TEX 120E to verify the contractor's proposed mix design before acceptance. Reimburse the department for subsequent mix designs or partial designs necessitated by changes in the material or requests by the contractor. Limit the amount of recycled asphalt pavement to no more than 50% of the mix unless otherwise shown on the plans or directed. 3. Equipment. Provide machinery, tools, and equipment necessary for proper execution of the work. Provide rollers in accordance with Item 210, rolling. Provide proof rollers in accordance with Item 216, proof rolling, when required. 3.1 Cement storage facility. Store cement in closed, weatherproof containers. 3.2 Cement slurry equipment. Use slurry tanks equipped with agitation devices to slurry cement on the project or other approved location. The engineer may approve other slurrying methods. Provide a pump for agitating the slurry when the distributor truck is not equipped with an agitator. Equip the distributor truck with an approved sampling device. 3.3 Dry cement distribution equipment. Provide equipment to spread cement evenly across the area to be treated. Provide equipment with a rotary vane feeder when shown on the plans. 3.4 Pulverization equipment. Provide pulverization equipment that cuts and pulverizes material uniformly to the proper depth with cutters that will plane to a uniform surface over the entire width of the cut. Provides a visible indication of the depth of cut at all times, and uniformly mixes the materials. 4. Construction. Construct each layer uniformly, free of loose or segregated areas and with the required density and moisture content. Provide a smooth surface that conforms to the typical sections, lines, and grades shown on the plans or as directed. 4.1 Preparation of subgrade or existing base for treatment. Before treating, remove existing asphalt concrete pavement in accordance with pertinent items and the plans or as directed. Shape existing material in accordance with applicable bid items to conform to the typical sections shown on the plans and as directed. When shown on the plans or directed, proof roll the roadbed in accordance with item 216, proof rolling, before pulverizing or scarifiering existing material. Correct soft spots as directed. Provide the borrow source location well in advance when material is imported, to allow time for testing and approval to avoid delay to the project. Stockpile as directed. The engineer will test the borrow source and determine the sulfate and organic contents. When the borrow source has a sulfate content greater than 3000 ppm or an organic content greater than 1%, proceed as directed. When new base is required to be mixed with existing base, deliver, place, and spread the new material in the required amount per station. Manipulate and thoroughly mix new base with existing material to provide a uniform mixture to the specified depth before shaping. 4.2 Pulverization. Pulverize or scarify existing material after shaping so that 100% passes a 2.5 inches sieve. If the material cannot be uniformly processed to the required depth in a single pass, excavate and windrow the material to expose a secondary grade to achieve processing to plan depth. 4.3 Application of cement. Uniformly apply cement using dry placement unless otherwise shown on the plans. Add cement at the percentage determined in section 275.2.6, Mix Design. Apply cement only on an area where mixing, compacting, and finishing can be completed during the same working day. Start cement application only when the air temperature is at least 35 degrees Fahrenheit and rising or is at least 40 degrees Fahrenheit. The temperature will be taken in the shade and away from artificial heat. Suspend application when the engineer determines that weather conditions are unsuitable. 4.3.1 Dry placement. Before applying cement, bring the prepared roadway to approximately optimum moisture content. When necessary, sprinkle in accordance with item 204, sprinkling. Distribute the required quantity of dry cement with approved equipment. Minimize dust and scattering of cement by wind. Do not apply cement when wind conditions, in the opinion of the engineer, cause blowing cement to become dangerous to traffic or objectionable to adjacent property owners. 4.3.2 Slurry placement. Mix the required quantity of cement with water, as approved. Provide slurry free of objectionable materials and with a uniform consistency that can be easily applied. Agitate the slurry continuously. Apply slurry within 2 hours of adding water and when the roadway is at a moisture content drier than optimum. Distribute slurry uniformly by making successive passes over a measured section of the roadway until the specified cement content is reached. 4.4 Mixing. Thoroughly mix the material and cement using approved equipment. Mix until a homogeneous mixture is obtained. Sprinkle the treated materials during the mixing operation, as directed, to maintain optimum mixing moisture. Spread and shape the completed mixture in a uniform layer. After mixing, the engineer may sample the mixture at roadway moisture and test in accordance with TX 101E, Part 3, to determine compliance with the gradation requirements in Table 1. When strength requirements are shown on the plans, the engineer may sample the mixture to verify strength in accordance with TX 120E and adjust cement content to achieve the target strength for work going forward. Table 1. Gradation requirements: minimum percent passing. Sieve size and base and subgrade. Sieve size 1 3/4 with a base of 1 and a subgrade value of 100%. Sieve size 3/4 with a base of 0.85 and a subgrade value of. Sieve size number 4 with no base of value and a subgrade value of. 4.5 Compaction. Compact the mixture in one lift using density control unless otherwise shown on the plans. Complete compaction within 2 hours after the application of water to the mixture of material and cement. Sprinkle the treated material in accordance with item 204, sprinkling, or aerate the treated material to adjust the moisture content during compaction so that it is within 2.0 percentage points of optimum as determined by TEX 120E. Measure the moisture content of the material in accordance with TEX 115E or TEX 103E during compaction daily and report the results the same day to the engineer, unless otherwise shown on the plans or directed. Adjust operations as required. Begin rolling longitudinally at the sides and proceed towards the center, overlapping on successive trips by at least 1/2 the width of the roller unit. On super elevated curves, begin rolling at the low side and progress toward the high side. Offset alternate trips of the roller. Operate rollers at a speed between 2 and 6 miles per hour, as directed. Before final acceptance, the engineer will select the locations of tests in each unit and measure the treated depth in accordance with TEX 140E. Correct areas deficient by more than 1/2 inches in thickness or more than 1/2% in target cement content by adding cement as required, reshaping, recompacting, and refinishing at the contractor's expense. Remove or rework areas that lose required stability, compaction, or finish, as directed. When a section is reworked more than 4 hours after completion of compaction, add additional cement as directed. Provide additional work and material at no additional cost to the department. 4.5.1 Ordinary compaction. Roll with approved compaction equipment, as directed. Correct irregularities, depressions, and weak spots immediately by scarifiering the areas affected, adding or removing treated material as required, reshaping, and recompacting. 4.5.2 Density control. Achieve at least 95% of the maximum density determined in accordance with TEX 120E when compaction is complete. The engineer will determine roadway density and moisture content in accordance with TEX 115E. The engineer may verify strength in accordance with TEX 120E and adjust cement content to achieve the target strength for work going forward. Remove material that does not meet density requirements or rework by adding the target cement content, reshaping, recompacting, and refinishing at the contractor's expense. The engineer may accept the section if no more than one of the 5 most recent density tests is below the specified density and the failing test is no more than 3 pcf below the specified density. 4.6 Finishing. Immediately after completing compaction, clip, skin, or tight blade the surface of the cement-treated material with a maintainer or subgrade trimmer to a depth of approximately 1/4 inches. Remove loosened material and dispose of it at an approved location. Roll the clipped surface immediately with a pneumatic tire roller until a smooth surface is attained. Add small increments of water as needed during rolling. Shape and maintain the course and surface in conformity with the typical sections, lines, and grades shown on the plans or as directed. Finish grade of constructed subgrade to within 0.1 feet in the cross section and 0.1 feet in 16 feet measured longitudinally. Correct grade deviations of constructed base greater than 1/4 inches in 16 feet measured longitudinally or greater than 1/4 inches over the entire width of the cross section in areas where surfacing is to be placed. Remove excess material, reshape, and roll with a pneumatic tire roller. Correct as directed if material is more than 1/4 inches low. Do not surface patch. 4.7 Microcracking. When shown on the plans, maintain moisture content of the finished cement-treated base for a period of 24 to 48 hours. During this time, but not sooner than 24 hours, roll the finished course with a vibratory roller to induce microcracking. The vibratory roller must be in accordance with item 210, rolling, with a static weight equal to or more than 12 tons and the vibratory drum must be not less than 20 inches wide. The roller must travel at a speed of 2 miles per hour, vibrating at maximum amplitude, and make 2 to 4 passes with 100% coverage exclusive of the outside 1 feet of the surface ground, unless otherwise directed by the engineer. Additional passes may be required to achieve the desired crack pattern as directed. Notify the engineer 24 hours before the microcracking begins. 4.8 Curing. Cure for at least 3 days by sprinkling in accordance with item 204. Sprinkling, or by applying an asphalt material at the rate of 0.05 to 0.20 gallons per square yard, as shown on the plans or directed. When a section is microcracked, cure section for an additional 2 days after microcracking. Maintain the moisture content during curing at no lower than 2 percentage points below optimum. Continue curing until placing another course. 5. Measurement. 5.1 Cement. Cement will be measured by the ton, dry weight. When cement is furnished in trucks, the weight of cement will be determined on certified scales, or the contractor must provide a set of standard platform truck scales at a location approved by the engineer. Scales must conform to the requirements of item 520, weighing and measuring equipment. When cement is furnished in bags, indicate the manufacturer's certified weight. Bags varying more than 5% from that weight may be rejected. The average weight of bags in any shipment, as determined by weighing 10 bags taken at random, must be at least the manufacturer's certified weight. Cement slurry will be measured by the ton, dry weight, of the cement used to prepare the slurry at the job site or from the minimum % dry solids content of the slurry, multiplied by the weight of the slurry in tons delivered. 5.2 Cement treatment. Cement treatment will be measured by the square yard of surface area. The dimensions for determining the surface areas are established by the widths shown on the plans and lengths measured at placement. 6. Payment. The work performed and materials furnished in accordance with this item and measured as provided under measurement will be paid in accordance with Section 275.5.1, Cement, and Section 275.5.2, Cement treatment. Furnishing and delivering new base will be paid for in accordance with Section 247.6.2, Flexible base, roadway delivery, DOT. Mixing, spreading, belading, shaping, compacting, and finishing new or existing base material will be paid for under Section 275.6.2, Cement treatment. Removal and disposal of existing asphalt concrete pavement will be paid for in accordance with pertinent items or Article 4.4, changes in the work. Sprinkling and rolling, except proof rolling, will not be paid for directly but will be subsidiary to this item, unless otherwise shown on the plans. When proof rolling is shown on the plans or directed by the engineer, it will be paid for in accordance with item 216, proof rolling. Where subgrade is constructed under this contract, correction of soft spots in the subgrade or existing base will be at the contractor's expense. Where subgrade is not constructed under this contract, correction of soft spots in the subgrade or existing base will be in accordance with pertinent items or Article 4.4, changes in the work. Where subgrade to be treated under this contract has sulfates greater than 7,000 ppm, work will be paid for in accordance with Article 4.4, changes in the work. Asphalt used solely for curing will not be paid for directly but will be subsidiary to this item. Asphalt placed for the purpose of curing and priming will be paid for under item 310, prime coat. 6.1 Cement. Cement will be paid for at the unit price bid for cement. This price is full compensation for materials, delivery, equipment, labor, tools, and incidentals. 6.2 Cement treatment. Cement treatment will be paid for at the unit price bid for cement treatment, existing material, cement treatment, new base, or cement treatment, mixing existing material and new base, for the depth specified. No payment will be made for thickness or width exceeding that shown on the plans. This price is full compensation for shaping existing material, loosening, mixing, pulverizing, spreading, applying cement, compacting, microcracking, finishing, curing materials, belading, shaping and maintaining shape, replacing mixture, disposing of loosened materials, processing, hauling, preparing secondary subgrade, water, equipment, labor, tools, and incidentals.